Welcome once again. Thank you guys for staying tuned for another live. Welcome to another live stream. And today's going to be a special one, and we're going to continue along with that AI theme for this week. And it's AI, or using AI in video editing, and more specifically, using it in Premiere Pro. Okay, so what we're going to do today is talk about a specific topic where, as you can see, I have my timeline on the screen share set up for vertical views. Well, vertical video. And real quick, just yesterday I did the stream. There was some technical difficulties. I pressed something on the keyboard and it immediately ended my stream. So if you were watching, well, it is what it is. But anyways, without further ado, let's bring it on. And today's title, okay, it's called One Click, Turn Wide into Vertical Without Cropping Pane. Okay, so if you're shooting wide 16:9 or any wide frame, and if you're not intentionally shooting for social, then what happens is that if you have something, your subject more specifically, with that intention of going to a vertical or social, then it becomes very difficult in post, or it's not as specific, and it's going to be as intentional, like I said before, for the video to come out, because you're not showing everything that's in that frame as you wanted to show it in a wide, couple different aspects. You're not going to do the same thing, or you're not going to be able to show as much in vertical because the canvas is not as wide, right? So what's going to happen is I want to post reels, or do you want to post reels without re-editing everything? Okay, so that's, going in, scaling up everything, and then keyframing, tracking the subject to make sure that whatever it is or whoever it is stays within frame. Well, Premiere Pro has an awesome, I don't want to call it effect, but it is an effect. Well, it has an awesome feature called Auto Reframe, and it keeps the subject centered automatically. All right. And you don't have to scale anything. You don't have to reformat, resize anything. This does it for you with one click. Okay. And again, right away, you're shaving off a good amount of, probably, like, I would say 30 minutes to an hour of you reframing everything and making sure everything is formatted for vertical. And it's like, why do you want to shoot vertical, or why do you want it to be vertical? Well, it's a must for Instagram or TikTok or even YouTube Shorts, right? And if you happen to, let's say you weren't shooting for vertical specifically, but then you happen to see something, you're like, wow, that would look awesome going up for social media. That's something that I really want to post. Then, it's going to set you back another 30 minutes to an hour of you resizing everything. Well, you don't have to do that anymore, because with one click, Auto Reframe from Premiere Pro can make that happen. Okay. And as you guys know, if you ever try to do this, manual crops, which is you resizing everything, it's not exact. It's not a precise thing. And it ruins the framing, to be honest. So let me give you an example. It's like right here, right? So I have this shot wide, and I have my canvas in a vertical, as you can see right here. I'm in frame right now because it's right in the middle, and it's, right there. And I'm tracking in the shot, and, wide, I'm always going to be somewhere within the audience's visual because it's wide, right? But let's say, I think I start walking right here. So let's say right here, right? I start going, and, if I try to, right there, boom. So if I'm doing it manually, I'm going to have to keyframe it because it's moving around a little bit. See, I'm more towards the right side, then I'm up there. And then now move a little bit to the left. So it's not a one size fits all. Hence, I'm going to have to keyframe myself, the subject, to stay centered, right? Now, let's go to the effects panel, and I'm going to type in Auto Reframe, and it's right here in the Transform folder under Video Effects, and I'm going to press Auto Reframe, and then I'm going to drag it onto the clip like so. Okay, Now, immediately what happened? It immediately converted the 16 by 9 to a 9 by 16. So I didn't resize anything. I didn't scale anything. It just did it automatically. So I'm going to undo that so I can show you guys again what I just did. So boom, right? Or right there. And then I'm going to drag auto reframe. And then take a look at the screen on the right. Immediately, that was drag and drop. Now, let's go to the effect controls. You don't have to, but let's click analyze. And let's press play and see what happened. So nothing has been keyframed. I didn't even tell it what the subject was. All right. And the camera, whoever's recording me, which is one of my homies, he's the one that's keeping me in track in the wide. And I think this is even doing a better shot of keeping me in that. So right there, boom, I went off to the side a little bit. I think I went out of frame in the actual video. And then right there, so you could tell it's like keyframing itself. And then boom, look at me walking, and I'm centered, man. Look at that. I'm centered in the shot. I need to do some calf work, I know. And then look at that. All the way, it's tracking me up, and I'm centered the whole time. Look at that. That's insane. Look how big that was one click. That was one drag and drop. Boom. Awesome. So now we just converted one format to another format within one click. Fantastic. And it's a tracked shot, so you can see how awesome that looks. All right. Now you can use this with dialogue. The thing with dialogue, and obviously, like if I was talking to the camera, it would obviously follow me. It would look a lot better too. But let's consider this one B-roll. And I'm just going to use B-roll shots, but you know, I'm being tracked. The subject, me, I'm being tracked. So even if I'm talking, it's going to completely keep me centered the whole time. All right. So let's use another example. All right. We are going to go to the beach, right? So that's me walking on the beach, and I pull up into frame right there. I'm actually, hold on one second. Okay, let me start with me getting into frame where I'm out of focus right there, a little fuzzy, and then I'm in focus right there. So let's start it there. So I'll start right there automatically if I just let it ride. Let me actually just try to do it manually. Watch. I'm going to scale it up to fit the frame. And I'm going to have to keyframe it, obviously, because I would have to move this whole thing here. And then I would have to play. And then, you know, put another keyframe there. Like right there, and then move it this way, and then another keyframe there, and then I get out of the shot, so I got to move it back, and I keep moving it back. And I could technically leave it there because there we go. Cool. Not bad, right? So that beginning part, all right. I'm going to go back. What was it? Actually undo. And I'll start it from right there. Awesome. So now we're going to drag the auto reframe onto the clip. And I'll start right there. And then boom, I just magically popped up, right? Hold on one second, guys. Something happened over here. Oh, no, I'm good. I just popped up. Now let's go ahead and press play. Those 3-4 extra steps are completely eliminated. And again, this is like that was like a 4-second video, right? Not even, yeah, like a 4 or 5 second video, right? So just imagine if you wanted to do something that's longer and a little bit more complex, right? So let's go a little bit into my next shot. This will be the last one as an example. And it is going to be a shot of me, sunset, and it's going to be this right here. So the camera's going to kind of like pan around me a little bit, go towards the sun, and then just go that way, and then There it is. And so not a crazy amount of movement, but still worth noting. I just wanted to see this one. Let me see if this is like a. Let me actually use this one instead. Or let me use that one as well. Let's use that. Let's say that. All right. So I'm going to drag auto reframe onto this one. Let me just show you what it is without it. Right. So right there, it's trying to go around me. Not really centered. And trying to look cool. Awesome. Now let's do it with reframe. Drag and drop onto the clip. All right. Press analyze. Just, you don't have to, but I like to do it. And then we're going to press spacebar. Center line right there. Keep going all the way to the other side, and that's it. 3 different shots, and it took me 3 different clicks to make it the size that I wanted it to be. Now let's do it on this one. Let's do the last one. Auto reframe. Bring it in here. Bring it in, my guy. I just like to press analyze because I just want to make sure everything's kosher. So it starts right there, and then tracking around right there. Camera keeps going, and it's keeping me centered, and dynamite. And that's it. AI. And obviously, you know, this is a vertical workspace in Premiere Pro, 9x16, and you could do your own and have your own settings on that. Make sure to export it if that's what you want to do vertical wise, because you're on a vertical canvas. You know, this goes into the whole talk and the whole theme of this week, which is like, you know, I hear a lot about AI being the scary thing that's going to take over. You know, I hear a lot of my colleagues worried about their jobs because they don't know if it's going to take over their jobs, and there's going to be no more post-production, no more video editors, nothing like that. And even videographers, just like how much these AI platforms are coming out with fantastic, just a few prompts, it'll come out with a fully cinematic edited video, or even in ads. They're like, what are we going to do? Well, the thing is that what you're going to do, what you should do, is learn how to use it. So that way you could, you know, add it to your tool belt, and you become that much more of a skilled post-production or video editor or videographer. Like, you have that in your arsenal now. So not only can you do it yourself, but you could do it through AI as well, because people have to type in the prompts. People have to know how to use it, the best way to use it, and how or what better person to do these prompts and to make these, or to pretty much give the direction for the AI to take, than someone who's been doing it and knows how to do it, right? So again, I'm gonna end this video with almost kind of what I said last time when I spoke about yesterday, a couple of days ago, when I spoke about the other AI, which is the search, almost like the search engine that you can search up any clip just by typing it in of anything you've shot. So it takes away a bunch of time. Well, I'm gonna say it again. Don't resist the AI. Don't resist AI. Accept it. Embrace it. Become one with it. Learn how to use it, so that way you're indispensable. Well, nobody's indispensable, but you're more indispensable, or you're more equipped to face what's coming. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Let me know if you guys are using it in the comments below. Let me know if you have used it. Show me any examples. And let me know if you have any other AI tools or something that you'd like me to review, or that you